Hello everybody, happy Thursday. We are going to be doing a nice leisurely flight here from Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas over to Phoenix, Arizona in the ZIBO 737-800. And we've got real world weather right now, but we'll see. We might change that up depending on what the view is like, because I've got photorealistic ORTHO4XP scenery throughout the entire route, so we want to take a look out the window and see what we see. So let's go ahead and get started here. We will get our plane set up here to take off. So first things first, let's get our ground power on. And we're going to get our battery on. Standby battery, I guess. Standby power on. Arm our emergency exit lights. Let's get our IRS aligned. Go ahead and turn the beacon on and our nav lights. No smoking sign on. Seat belts on. And we'll get our APU started. So flight attendants are getting the door closed and everybody's seated. Let's come back down here and we will set our route. I tried a couple different routes on a SimBrief, and none of them, I didn't like any of them. They either took me too far north or too far south. We're actually just going to do kind of a straight shot here, so we'll see how this works out. I'll get our position put in. Grab the GPS here. Drop that in there. And we are taking off from what is it? Dallas, Fort Worth. And I forgot the gate that we're at. Doesn't matter. Alright, let's go over to route here. Destination is going to be KPHX. And that's pretty much it for routing. We're not, like I said, we're just going to do a straight shot right around 273 degrees. Fuel reserves, let me see here, 5. Cruise altitude, we are going to have some headwinds here, so flight time today is going to be just over 2 hours with the forecasted headwinds. We're going to go at flight level 320. Takeoff flaps are going to be 5. Take the default CG here. So, departing out of here, let me think about this. 17, the winds are kind of out of the... 13 would be ideal, or 13 left or right, but we're actually going to take 13. Let me take a look at our chart here. Sorry, not 3, 17. We're going to take off runway 17. Come on. Going to look at my airport diagram here. We are going to be taking off 17 right. So 17 right. We're not going to have any kind of transition. We're not going to use any SIDs or anything. Pretty much a straight shot. So we'll activate that. Arriving into Phoenix. We will be arriving, at least forecasted here, what is it? ILS 25 left. No transitions. Execute that. Get rid of that discontinuity, and let's see what this route looks like. I don't know if we'll be able to see it all the way out. Nope, but we'll modify it as we go. But that's pretty much it. We'll kind of hand fly it over to the route and pick it up, and we will be all set. All right, let's see here. Get our panel lights on. Take a look at our trim here. Set our trim. About 6.5 is what I use, even though it said like 5 point something. Let's see, what else can we do down here? Alright, I think that's it for right there. Just get our panel light on here. We need to get our ATIS. And our ATIS for departures 135, 925. 135, 925, so we're almost there.
Dallas Fort Worth INTL Information Hotel. 1800 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility 6. Sky conditions 1200 broken, 3200 broken, 7000 broken, temperature 20, dew point 15. Altimeter 3010. Arriving runways 35 center, 35 right, 36 left, departing runways 35 left, 36 right, 31 left, 31 right. Advise on initial contact you have hotel.
Alright. We've got hotel, we're going to take off our own runway. Dog concurs. Alright, let's get started here with, I want to say 320 here. For our altitude. Alright, our APU's on, so we'll go to APU power. Start getting everything set up here for departure. Let's see what we gotta do. We'll get ready for engine start. Turn the cabin utilities and seat utilities on. Oops, sorry about that. Get our panel lights on. Okay, smoking and seat belts are on. Get ready for that. Alright, let's go do our pushback here. We are going to want to get pushed back right about there.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Alright, I'm ready.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Alright, while he's doing that, let's get our airspeed set here. Again, I'm going to be manually flying it with the autopilot here. No VNAV. We'll just use LNAV. $32,000. And let's see, heading, we'll put that on our course heading, which I think is 273.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect. Set parking brake.
Right, parking brake is on. And he's getting our nose
connected
lifted up.
and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
And parking brake's off.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Alright, let's go ahead and get started here and just double check our panel. We are ready to start. APU bleed on. Should have had that on before. Packs left and right off. Engines are starting to spool up. Alright, I think everything looks good down here. And go ahead and turn off our APU bleed. Turn off our APU after we go to engine power. Turn our packs back on, left and right. We'll get our probe heat on, and we will put our window heat on, since we're going to be climbing out through some clouds, although it's probably not too cold out there. Yaw dampener on. Alright, looks like we are nice and clear here on this panel. So I've only flown out of Dallas-Fort Worth here a couple of times, so let me double check my taxiway here. Let's see where we're going. Oh, that's where we're going. Right there. So we'll cut across here and taxi down to the end of the runway.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Alright, parking brake's on.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Put our flight director on. Give him the okay to disconnect.
So it's disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Alright, thank you very much. Alright, parking brake is off, I think. Sometimes this parking brake acts a little weird. We'll find out really quick if it does. So let's go ahead and arm our auto throttle. We are ready to taxi. Turn our taxi light on. Our logo on. Alright, while we're taxiing here, we'll get our flap set for takeoff. Better hurry up, dude. Get out of my way. Take the big apron over here. Definitely got some overcast here. A couple cloud layers. Don't worry, we will be in the sunshine shortly here. And we'll get ready for takeoff here. Get our auto braking to rejected takeoff. Alright, flaps are set, our trim tab is set. We are good for takeoff here. Winds are calm, that windsock is pretty limp. Right, we'll let the flight crew know that we're ready to depart. Yeah, cutting across here. Big ramp, lots of space. Alright, we will get our strobes on, landing light on, taxi light off.
Approaching 17 right. On runway 17 right.
All right, we're ready to go. Power up a little bit, let the engine stabilize. Take off power. Gear coming up. We'll engage our auto throttle. We're bringing our flaps up. We'll turn to our heading, engage our autopilot. Alright, gear is up, we'll put it in the off position. Should start breaking out through some of these cloud layers here. Got some blue sky above there, which is nice. A little sunshine coming through the window. Alright, just turned the landing lights off. Put our logo light off, we don't need that. And we're at 10,000 feet, so let's go ahead and start speeding up here a little bit. I'm going to reduce our rate of climb here just a tad. So looking out at real world weather, this should clear up pretty quick here. It looks like fairly clear skies. Just after we climb out to our altitude here all the way into New Mexico, then we get some high clouds. And since it's a straight shot here, we're at 12,000 feet, we'll turn the seatbelt signs off. Let's go ahead and, it looks like we are on our route right here, pretty much dead on. So let's go ahead and hit LNAV. We may get a little wobble here when we do this. Maybe not. We may be flying the whole thing on the heading bug here. And what are we at here? 15,000 feet. We're already up to 27 knots headwind. So like I mentioned earlier, I do have ORTHO4XP photorealistic scenery all down below us under the clouds here. So if it doesn't break out here by the time we get up to our altitude, we'll modify the weather a little bit so we can watch the fantastic scenery go by. Obviously, Texas is a little boring. There's not too much elevation. But we'll take a look at it anyway. Once we get into New Mexico, that's when it gets interesting. We'll make sure we see all of that. So just using this for our progress here, 21:23. So we're right around 2 hours right now. We are slow, so once we get up to cruise speed, the entire flight time should be about 2 hours from the time that we took off. Just adjusting our course here a little bit for the wind. And this slight crosswind component there. Let's see. Clouds look like they might start to break up here. Yeah, there we go. Don't want to let us get slowed down here, so we're going to keep our speed up as much as we can. Well, 5,000 away from our cruise altitude. See if we can't max out our cruise speed. It gets up 0.84. Alright, so while we finish our climb here, we'll take a little break, or at least I will, and grab a fresh coffee. Let's put some music on. Alrighty, I'll let you watch some of this nice photorealistic scenery go by here in, I guess, central West Texas, I guess it's called. I'm gonna go fill up my coffee. Eight. I think we are at the top of our climb here. Let's see if we can get a little bit more speed out of her. Looks like we still got a little bit of cloud cover here. I'll go ahead and modify the weather here. Oop, wrong one. Oh, we lost our wind there. The plane settle in. Yikes. Alright, it'll give us a nice view here of everything. Yeah, Texas is pretty flat compared to everything else. Yeah, see this stuff back here? It's low cloud and shadow. That's actually from the Ortho photorealistic scenery, so it didn't. When the satellite passed over, there were some clouds there. The Ortho4XP, I guess it does compare with, you know, for white balance, it looks for stuff like this and tries to find other tiles to kind of mesh into it. Sometimes it doesn't get them all. You can see a little bit out here, these white spots. We'll have a few of those coming across, but for the most part, it's pretty decent looking. I like that view right there. See if we can get our LNAV working. Ready to get on our course. Pretty much right on it, so let's cut across it a little bit, see if it picks it up. Oh, you know what? We got some weird, not sure if that's correct. Gipsy. Really have 628 nautical miles? Well, we do, I guess. And we'll see if we get it as we cross over the line here. The next mile or two. Should see the heading go off. Well, at least with the default weather there, we lost our headwind, which is good. Get us there a little bit quicker. Let's see if we got an ETA updated here. 2124. Yep. What is it? It's 1937 now. So just under 2 hours still. about an hour and 50 minutes or so. Like I said, Texas here is kind of boring, but this is photorealistic, so this is what it looks like. This is on zoom level 14 on Ortho4XP. So if you zoom down into it, it kind of gets pixelated, but from altitude here, it looks pretty good. I have higher resolution near the airports. So around Phoenix, the whole Phoenix Valley is high resolution, I think at like 17. I'll let you enjoy the cruise here. Just double checking to see if we pick up our LNAV. And once we get a little bit farther here, let's see exactly where we are at. Just passing, what is this, Dias? Once we get into New Mexico, just past the horizon right here, we'll have some really nice scenery to look at. For now, let's just watch Texas go by. starting to get into some of the more hilly stuff here in Texas. Let's take a look where we are. Let's see, S and K. KSNK. Let me look that up, see where that is. Is that a K or an X? K. It looks like a K to me. Winston. I think that's right. Yeah, Winston. Still in Texas. We're just passing Winston. Or just past it. Let's see, all this stuff over here, I believe, is Lubbock, Texas. Yeah, LBB. That's Lubbock right there. Guessing that each one of these little spots here is an oil well all along here. That's Lubbock, Texas right there off the wing. Hello, Grego. How's it going? Hope you're having a good Thursday. I do not have any payware aircraft. I'm kind of cheap. It's not yet, at least. I'll probably end up picking some up, but I like flying this 737. I'm kind of waiting for, I think there's the Flight Factor is coming out with a new Airbus shortly, hopefully. I might pick that up. I do want to get another an Airbus 320 of some sort. That'll probably be my next airplane. Like I said, this one here is the it's the ZIBO mod to the default 737-800. Yeah, the default planes are pretty decent. Like I said, I like this ZIBO mod much better than the default 737. Just makes it a lot more fun to fly, a lot more realistic. The FMC here works real nice. You know, you can actually put your gear handle to off, whereas the default one is just up or down. At least I haven't figured out how to make it go off. So it looks like we never did pick up our LNAV, so I'm just going to disengage it here. We'll go, or maybe we did. Let's see. Nope. We'll just do heading hold from here out. Yeah, I'm probably going to sign up for VATSIM here shortly. I haven't done any flying on VATSIM, but I'll get there. Maybe I'll sign up later on today and then do some flying this weekend. Better pushback, yeah. If you go to the forums there on you know, xplane.org, just Google xplane.org, whatever, and if you don't know how to get there, there you'll find a link, or just Google better pushback X-Plane, and it'll take you to the X-Plane forums there, and as long as you're signed up on the forum there, you'll get the download button on the side. Works real nice. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the beginning of this flight, but had that on there, and I have like the commands mapped to my keyboard, so I don't have to keep going up into the menu. You know, I hit the number 1 on my keyboard, and that brings up the plan view for better pushback, and then I have number 2 for, you know, I'm ready to call the guy. Yeah, I know. I've watched the other guys doing VATSIM with you know, the ATC and stuff. It's nice, and you know, I'm a pilot in real life, so I'm fine with, you know, talking on VATSIM and whatnot. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing that. It's in the plan. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I see you're signed up on xplane.org. Yeah, do a search there for better pushback. Sometimes it's kind of funky trying to find something on there. You know, you get a whole bunch of, you try to search, and you know, you're in a forum, so you got to get to the right forum post that's got the link to the actual download. Do a little searching in there and you'll find it. Man, Texas is pretty boring. I remember driving through Texas, and I drove all the way from El Paso all the way to Shreveport, Louisiana in one shot. That was just one day trip. I thought I was going to pull my hair out. I flown mostly Cessnas and Archers and Warriors, sorry, Pipers I meant to say. But Cessna 152s, Cessna 172s, Piper Warriors and Archers, a couple other oddball ones in between there. It's been a little while since I've actually flown. Actually, it's been a couple years. It gets a little expensive. So no airline, just you know, general aviation flying. Although I did fly, I was in the active duty Air Force for a while, and I did get a chance to fly a C-5 Galaxy in real life for a little bit. That was fun. Not for a little bit, but I happened to be on a flight. I knew the instructor pilot, and he let me handle the controls for a little bit. Okay, cool. So do you got some good aviation experience for X-Plane then? Yeah, I like X-Plane. I find the controls and everything and the flight models are very realistic. I've flown the Cessna 172, you know, on a couple of videos earlier on when I started, you know, streaming and whatnot on YouTube. Yeah, I've flown, what is it? I've flown all of the flight you know, Microsoft flight simulators, like from way back when. And X-Plane blows it away, especially with the you know, the photorealistic scenery. This is sort of like, X-Plane is a lot more like Android compared to Apple, you know, where X-Plane is a lot more open, I think, and you know, you get all of these different plugins. Everybody can get all sorts of stuff. So I definitely like that. Our ETA, let me take a look here. Should be about in like an hour and a half out or something. 21:20. It's so it's an hour and 19 minutes out right now. Thank you very much for falling in love with my channel. I try to do a stream, you know, like at least every other day, a couple a week. It just depends on how busy I am. You know, try to do a couple of flights during the week and try to do some different stuff. If you look back on my other videos, I started out just doing like a Southern California tour because that's where I live in 172. With the high-resolution ORTHO4XP scenery. And then I kind of graduated up to the 737 here, started, because I watch some of the other guys that are on YouTube, you know, and they do their weekly flights. So I thought I'd start streaming for the heck of it. Cool, thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see, where are we? I think we're finally getting into some decent scenery here. Yeah, I can see the mountains in the distance here. So we're going to start getting into New Mexico if we're not already crossing over. Oops, wrong button. Let's see, where is this? KHOB. I'll look that up. KHOB. Lee County Regional. What the heck is it? Hobbs. Okay, there we go, Hobbs. Had the wrong airport there. It is, yeah, Lee County Regional. That is the airport we just passed. Let me see where the heck that is. That's, I don't know, is that Texas? Right on the border there. I think KSSR is in, I forgot what it's called, but that's that is New Mexico. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break here. Hit the restroom. See, we're almost into the mountains. Okay, we're almost into the mountains, so it's going to look nice there. Yeah, I haven't done any Euro flying. I will. I definitely want to get some ortho done in Europe, and then, like I said, I kind of want to pick up an Airbus, 320, and then do some Euro flights in there. As far as liveries, I just got all the defaults here, so we're... Whoop, sorry if that's loud. So that's just a default, American. Alright, I'm going to go take my bathroom break. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's see where we're at. Just getting into New Mexico, I think. Yes, this looks familiar now. There's a couple of ski resorts up in this mountain right here. KSSR, let's take a look at that. Oops, I don't want to do that. KSRR. Sierra Blanca Regional. So we are in New Mexico now. Yeah, I'll have to hit you up for those liveries. Are those for the 320 or the 737? We're coming up to an interesting feature over here. From a distance here, this thing here looks like water, but it actually isn't. It's actually a lava flow. Called the Valley of Fire. The Valley of Fire's recreational area is in central New Mexico. If you're ever driving, I guess, on US 54, you drive right through it. Yeah, there's the freeway, I think, kind of cuts through it right here. Is the part of the long, what is this called? It's called the Telerosa Valley. Contains many square miles of buckled, twisted basalt lava, part of an extensive flow up to 165 feet thick and over 45 miles long. Originated from several nearby volcanoes, including one vent now known as Little Black Peak, 7 miles northwest of the dusty, windswept town of Carrizozo. Lava is called the Malpaz, which is Spanish for Badlands. A name also given to several other flows in New Mexico, including the even larger deposits of El Malpaz National Monument near Grants. take a closer look at this as we fly over it. And here's a freeway that actually goes right through it, I think. Supposedly there's a ski resort someplace up here. I'm just looking on the map on my my browser. There we go, Sierra Blanca Peak. That's what we're passing right over here. And Lookout Mountain. Ski Apache. Let's see. So apparently Ski Apache looks like it is... Oop. I think it's right over here. I think this is a ski resort right there. Or down at the bottom of it right there. Anyway, here's this lava flow. Jump over to the other window here. Alright, let's take a look at this. Try to zoom in. I guess you can stop over here. There's a, this is the recreational area right there. Neat. Got a little airport right there. Looks like a little town. So we are getting pretty close here. What we got here, 21:18, just under an hour here according to our FMC. Get on our course over here, a little bit to the south. coming up to the Rio Grande Valley here. Be passing by the south here. Let's see, just at the bend, I guess down here is Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. I guess that's it, someplace down here. Hello, Pedro. Spain, Canary Islands. Welcome aboard. We're just passing the Rio Grande River in New Mexico. Heading for Phoenix. About 50 minutes or so out. Alright, goodbye to the Rio Grande as we pass over it, and Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. I'm just guessing we're about 200 miles out. Does this actually tell us 246? Yeah. And I'm going to take one more break here and get back in the cockpit here for our descent into Phoenix. Let's see, Rio Grande. Take a look at our map here and see where we are at. Just passing a Rio Grande. It's about central west New Mexico. We should be in Arizona pretty soon. And I think the mountains up ahead is the Gila National Forest. There's a white patch that we're gonna fly by somewhere. Don't know what it's called. It's almost like salt flats or something near Old Horse Springs, New Mexico. Horse Peak. There's a mountain called Horse Peak there, and there's a patch of sort of white. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. This is it right here. Yeah, this stuff right here is actually on the ortho. I think it's snow. So I think when the satellite took the photo, there was a little bit of snow cover here. But this big patch right over here is all sort of like some kind of sand, salt, flat, whatever you want to call it. Alright, I'll take my final break here, and we'll get set up for our approach into Phoenix. I'll do a forward here view while I go grab a little bit more water. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's get set up for our arrival into Phoenix. What's it look like out there? Pretty good. I like this ortho scenery at 14. It doesn't take up a lot of space. Last night I did, what was it, like 42 grids. I just let them run overnight. I don't know how long it took, but I did everything from Dallas, Fort Worth, all the way through New Mexico, all the way to Phoenix. 42 grids total, and it was only like 8 or 9 gigs at zoom level 14, which from altitude here, as you can see, looks pretty nice. Get us turned towards Phoenix here. Alright, let's take a look at my sky vector. Take a look at our approach plate. Let's see, what runway are we going to take? 25 left. So for 25 left, final approach course is 258. Got that set in there. Frequency is 11075. 11075. Got that in there. We're coming up to our top of descent right here. 80 miles, yeah, about 80 miles from Phoenix. We'll start a slow descent a little bit sooner, I think. I'm just going to make sure we got our ATIS set here. 127 575. Keep going. 575. 127,575. I think I can see Phoenix all the way in the distance already. A little mishmash of the scenery right there. Just looking at our approach plate here. See if we can get a good intersection 20 miles out. Let's put what do we want to put on here? Nav2, we're going to put 113.3. And that is the Wiley VOR. Go ahead and turn our VOR displays on down here. We're about 100 miles out here. Turn for a little bit better intercept. And we'll start doing our descent here. And since we're not really following our flight plan, oh, what do we want to go down to? Just set it for 10,000 for right now. Start a nice leisurely descent. Back off our airspeed a little bit. Go ahead and put our auto braking on. Put our seat belts on. Seat belt signs at least. About 120 miles out, I think. 133 from Phoenix. Don't mind the co-pilot here making all this noise. Scratching his ear. Ortho tends to do some weird things sometimes. From a distance here, it looks like this is kind of not meshed together, but when you fly over it, or fly closer to it, it disappears. We had a few more over here. And my ortho into the Phoenix Valley is actually a higher resolution. So we've been flying over a level 14 resolution, and we're going to go into, I think, 17 throughout the valley there. $120 miles out now. Just coming through flight level 280. So looks like we got about half an hour to go, roughly. Give or take a few minutes. Let's go look outside here. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit so I don't bust your ears. Sorry for jumping around like that. Sometimes my mouse gets stuck on the view hold or pan. Yeah, 100 miles out. Take a look and see if we can see Phoenix in the haze someplace right there. Just over this ridge, I think. Go ahead and increase our rate of descent here a little bit, and we're going to come down to 5,000. Pretty neat. I think we're into the higher resolution ortho here. Does a real nice job on these little ravines. I'll have to fly out here in the Cessna 172 and fly through it one day. Whoops. Too busy looking at the scenery. Do a little spoilers here. Get ourselves slowed down. We can keep our rate of descent a little bit slower. 75 miles out now. I forgot what this little lake here is called on the east side of the valley, just through the mountains here. Phoenix is right ahead of us, and forgot what the mountain range is called, but too busy to look right now. Passing through our 18,000 feet, so not sure what the altimeter is yet. We'll wait to pick up our ATIS when we get a little closer. I'll look online and see if I can grab. Well, we're not doing real world, so go over speeding again.
Altimeter setting.
Yeah, I know, we don't have it. Well, real world one is 2994. Alright, let's get ourselves slowed down here. Go to 250. Take a look at this and see what our approach is into here. Where is Phoenix? Hidden underneath all this stuff. I think that's Phoenix right there. Yeah, there's a runway. There we go. And there's our VOR2 just came in. Go to Venezuela. Well, actually I gotta go back to work after I do this landing right here. So maybe next time around. I'm gonna do some flying outside the US shortly. Do some Euro flying. We'll find some interesting airports all over the world to fly into.
Phoenix Sky Harbor INTL information India.
These are ATIS.
2000 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 19,000 scattered, 34,000 scattered, temperature 12, dew point -10. Altimeter 2992. Arriving runway
992, we were
08,
close.
departing runway 08. Advise on initial contact.
I figure with the default weather it probably would set 2992. So I think we got to turn a little bit farther to the right here. Let's come around this mountain.
Phoenix Sky Harbor INTL information India. 2000 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 19,000 scattered, 34,000 scattered, temperature 12.
We'll get rid of the ATIS. Yeah, we're at our speed 250 as we pass 10,000 feet. Looking a little hazy in the valley here. Nice approach down here over the hills, or well, mountains. Rexy, is that the name of the airport? Elegana Cuhabla? I'm not sure. Wait to get over these little hills and we'll drop down a little bit quicker. Start to get slowed down. We're almost on our course here. I do not see the airport in all this haze. I'm guessing it's right there. I'm going to kind of come around this mountain right here. Almost on our course, so we'll go ahead and turn. Let me get up here. 258. A little bit of an intercept there around the mountain. Something like that. Got some spoilers out to get us slowed down. Alright, coming to 210. Go ahead and drop some flaps. The spoilers come back down. And we'll start setting up for our landing here. So landing lights are coming on. Pretty close here, so I'm going to hit my approach. Still can't see the airport in the haze. Might have to do a little bit of maneuvering here. We'll hold at 185 here. 5,000 feet until we pick up the ILS. So at Gipsy we want to be at 4,000 feet. So that's Gipsy right there. There we go. Looks like we're picking up our localizer here, so the plane is correcting a little bit for us. Got our localizer, it's coming in. 20 or 19.4 DME out now. Hold it 185 on the speed. Still can't see the airport. Very hazy out here for default weather. I think that's it over there. That looks like downtown. Yeah, that's the airport right there. This little mound right here is actually, we kind of fly right over it. Yeah, there's a runway right there. In the haze. Welcome to the Valley of the Sun. Alright, let's double check everything for the approach here. So Let's see. Auto brake is on. I'm going to go ahead and arm our spoilers. Spoilers are armed. And I got the airport in sight now. We're at 14.6 DME. We'll go ahead and slow down to 165. Right about 10 DME, we'll drop some more flaps in. And our localizer is almost captured, and our glide slope is alive. Right there, got our diamond coming in. And capturing our glide slope right there at 5,000. Alright, 11 DME, let's go ahead and go to 10 flaps. $160 on the airspeed. Go ahead and kill the music here for the final approach. Turn up the sound just a little bit. Hear that good roar of the engines as we come in. Alright, so we are on the ILS for a 2.5 left at Phoenix. Spoilers are armed. Co-pilot's telling the flight attendants to get ready for arrival. Auto braking is armed. 9 DME out. Go to our final approach speed here. Landing lights are on. Hopefully this should be a eventful landing. Yeah, Grego, just in time for the landing. Welcome back. Should be on the ground here in a few minutes. About 7.3 miles out. Go to 15 on the flaps now at 7 DME. I'm gonna warn you guys, buckle up your seatbelts here, because I've been tending to do hard landings. I'm gonna try to not do that this time. Alright, we are at 6 DME. Let's go to our final approach speed. 138. Full flaps, gear down. Green lights on the gear. And we've got our single channel ILS. Let the autopilot here get us stabilized. And then I'll go ahead and take over. bouncing us up and down a little bit on this glide slope.
1,000 feet stable distance to
All right, 1,000 feet, getting ready to go and land. All right, looks like we're stable. I'm going to go ahead and take the throttle.
Approaching 25 left.
All right, 500 feet, we're landing. Airplane is mine. A little bit high. We'll dive for the runway here. Over the numbers.
20, 10.
Long landing.
And a little
Long
float
landing.
there.
5,000 feet remaining.
Let's get her down.
4,000 remaining.
Hard landing. I wanted to get it down there after that float. All right, welcome to Phoenix International Airport.
Will be captured for the next few minutes, so please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and all items stowed until the seatbelt sign is turned off. Please make sure you have all your personal belongings before you exit the aircraft and be careful when opening the overhead compartment. You're now free to use your mobile phone.
Do a tight turn over here.
Thank you for flying with us today. We hope you had a pleasant experience and we look forward to welcoming you again on another flight.
No floaties. Yeah, those floaties though, like I said earlier, I think I'm trying to get used to this joystick. I've only had it since this last weekend. And I'm trying to get the sweet spot on it. I keep either doing a kind of hard landing or floaties all the way down the runway. Hey, I warned you guys. Yeah, we're actually going to come back here and do a replay really quick. Let's get everything cleaned up in the cockpit. And you didn't know it, but guess what, guys? You were on a military flight here. So we are not going to the civilian terminal. We're going to go park it over here at the Arizona Air National Guard ramp.
Approaching 07 right.
Take it easy, Grego. Thanks for watching. All right, we'll park it over here, and then we will do a quick replay of that landing. See that float all the way down. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe if you want. I do videos a couple times a week, no set time. Hit the bell button there, you'll get notified when I'm online. Alright, do we have an open spot over here? Yes, we do. Park next to the KC 135s here. There's our field truck. All right, let's go do a replay and then we will call it a day. Yeah, a little bit farther back. There we go. Good enough right there. Let's go ahead and play it from there. We will watch out this window here. Again, thanks for watching. Those of you guys that jumped on board throughout the flight. Try not to scrape the tail there. I think I broke a tooth. Like I said, thanks for watching, guys. Go ahead and subscribe if you want. Hit the like button, help me get some views on YouTube. Until next time, take care, bye.